Hi everyone, this is my summative project. My name is Ms. Weigel and I'm going to give some insight into what it is like to be a community member here at RAHS. The first question I'm going to talk about is where at RAHS do you see positive school culture and where do you see negative school culture? So in our class we learned, we saw the Brooklyn Castle video and we learned a little bit about what kind of things, what kind of community is built in order to create a positive school culture. And one of the things that Brooklyn Castle did is the fact that they had the chess team. Just like the school in Brooklyn Castle, we have lots of ways to be connected through activities. You can see a picture here of the activities office, and already you see all the Raider Pride outside the doors. And so we have lots of options. There's the athletics. The fall teams right now include volleyball, football, soccer, girls tennis, swimming, lots of options. There's also lots of activities, everything from the anime club to K-pop club to Key club to quiz bowl, debate team. There's lots of options to get connected here at RAHS. One place where I see negative school culture that I think we need to work on is the words we use with each other, whether it's in the hallways or sometimes in the classroom as well. We'll use negative words towards each other. And while a lot of times it's messing around and having fun with friends, when we continually hear these words, we begin to internalize them. And so where I would love to see this change is where we really use kind words with each other and build each other up. Question 2 is what makes RAHS unique from other schools? There are some simple things, like obviously we have the RAHS Raider and our school song. We'll see the symbols of our school all over in the hallways, outside the activities office, in the gym. It's pretty clear the Raiders is our symbol. Another comparison I can make with schools comes from the opportunity I had to work at a school in Germany, Gymnasium Oritianum in Aurich, Germany. Some of the differences between schools in the United States and Germany are that the students actually stay in the classroom and the teachers are the ones that move from place to place. And actually then there really aren't very many things up in the wall unless students take the initiative and put them up. Another thing that's different about schools is that in Germany, in 5th or 7th grade, kind of depending what state you're in, you make the decision what type of high school you're going to go to. And there's academic high schools, there's trade high schools, there's high schools for office work, but in a lot of ways you have to make that decision pretty early. One thing I like about RAHS and American schools is there's many opportunities all in the same place. All those things are awesome future goals. What's nice is you can explore them all, take classes in all those areas, and leave your doors open for whatever you want your future to be. Question 3. If you were to create a tour of RAHS for a new student, what would you make sure to include and why? One of the most important places to get to know here at RAHS is the Media Center. Right now, partly because of construction and partly because of the spaces we have, this tends to be a central hub for students, for learning, for connecting, and a lot of different things. The RAHS Media Center staff is awesome and they can help with research, they can help with all your technology issues with iPads, but there are also a lot of really great books and there's a lot of options, and also if you have anything that you would be interested in like to read, you can put in requests and they will do their best to get those for you. Another important thing right now that the RAHS Media Center provides is connections with our cultural liaisons. We have many cultural liaisons that this year, because of construction, are housed in the Media Center. Question 4 is what are equity, diversity, and absent narratives? Where can we see these things in action at RAHS? Equity means providing the resources and the tools that each student needs that caters to their individual needs so that everyone can be successful. Diversity is recognizing that we all come from different places and all of those experiences are important and valuable in the classroom. And absent narratives is some work that we've been doing recently at RAHS, where we've been looking at whose story is brought to the classroom, whose history is being told specifically. One way that we've addressed absent narratives recently here at RAHS is by looking at our curriculum and adding absent narratives into all the curriculum in social studies, but also adding 2 new courses, American History through an African American lens and History Uncensored. Question 5 is, why is it important to understand other people's story? So for me as a teacher, one of the most important things for me to realize is I don't have all the answers and I don't have all the expertise, and that our class is going to be much more valuable if we all feel comfortable to add our expertise and our experiences and our stories. And this personally became clear to me when I traveled to Ukraine when I was 17 years old. In the Ukraine, I lived with a family, and I was able to learn so much about their lives and also what it was like growing up in a communist government as well. Very different than my own experience. Through the years, I've also gotten to do this in Germany, in Switzerland, in Spain, in Cuba, and many other places. And one thing I love about RAHS is that I actually don't have to go to another country to really have good, real conversations with other people about culture and just about their own experience, which is different than mine. And I find I always learn a lot about myself when I do this.